Afternoon, afternoon. Hopefully all is well. Welcome to Interesting Talks. Now, have you been in a situation whereby you've had conversations with people and then you've spoken to them afterwards, the same day or the next day, and they've totally got you wrong? They've totally got you wrong. Or somebody's spoken to you and you've listened to them and you've got them totally wrong. Totally wrong. You totally misunderstood what they were saying, points that they were trying to convey to you. You got it wrong. Well, what it's all about is your listening skills. So this talk is about how to listen better. So the very first thing we need to talk about is paying attention. Paying attention to what the person's saying. So that means leaning in a little bit, engaging your ears, engaging your body language, and showing the person that you're listening to what they're saying. So that doesn't mean looking at your watch, doesn't mean scrolling on your phone, doesn't mean looking at the TV in the background, doesn't mean looking at people walking past if you're in a restaurant situation. Pay attention to who's talking to you, because that's the only way you're going to be able to pick up the information that they're trying to convey to you, because we all hear things differently. All words mean slightly different things to different people. So if you pay attention, then you've got an opportunity to pick up what the person's saying. One, you'll see their body language. Two, you'll hear them. And three, they'll know that you're listening because you're engaging. It's a form of active listening, they call this, okay? So number two, withhold your judgment. Don't tell them what you think before they finish what they're saying, because you don't know what they're saying until they get to the end of their sentences. Yeah. And then give them 10 seconds, 20 seconds for you to digest what they're saying. So don't start formulating your statement before they've finished what they're saying. Because remember, the last 5 words of a sentence can change the whole sentence or the whole paragraph or the whole context of what they're saying completely. Okay? So listen clearly to what they're saying. Do not interrupt. Do not start to engage until they're completely finished. Okay? Number 3, reflect and validate. So reflect on what they're saying. Try to validate their points. Try to understand what they're saying before you start talking, even before they're finished. But do not start talking yourself. Withhold your comments until they're completely finished. But reflect and validate. Ask, when you're ready, for clarity, ask open, probing questions. So when they've finished what they're saying, ask open, probing questions. So let's say they went to the cinema at 8 o'clock and they left their wallet or they left their purse there, and when they went back it was all gone, just that and the other. Ask them, was it 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the evening? We know you don't go to cinemas at 8 o'clock in the morning in most scenarios, but that might be the case. So ask them. Then you definitely know it was 8 o'clock in the evening or 8 o'clock in the morning. It's a sensible question, but ask it in a nice way. Don't be make it any form of accusation sort of thing. Just ask straightforward question, and that will give you an opportunity for them to give you more description. Number 5, summarize what they're saying. Now, sometimes in board meetings, people have a pen and paper and they write down their points that they want to say to the person who's speaking, because they can't just keep interrupting somebody in a board meeting when somebody's making a statement. So the only way you can do that is to make notes of what you're going to say to what they've said. So maybe if the situation is a situation where you feel you need to make notes, then make notes. So then you can come back to the person and ask them specific questions. So that's for you to summarize what's going on. And last but not least, share and offer your perspective or your suggestions when the person's finished. And of course, as I've said, when they're finished, that's 10 seconds after they've stopped talking, 20 seconds after they've stopped talking. You've had an opportunity to summarize what they're saying, to think about what they're saying, and to think about your response. So your response is clear and concise because you thought about what you're going to say. And if you're going to ask them questions to clarify what they're saying, then by the time they're finished saying what they're saying, and then you give them another 10 or 20 seconds to digest it, then you're very clear on what they're saying. And your response should be appropriate to what you've heard, what you thought you've heard. So, okay, this is going to help us in our relationships with our friends, with our spouses, with our siblings, at work, and just generalize going through your day to day. If you're going into Sainsbury's or you're going into Tesco's and you need to get something, when somebody tells you aisle 10, section 3, it's best to listen rather than go into aisle 6 and section 4, because you're going to have to go back again. So pay attention when people talk to you. If it's important for you or it's important for them and they're important to you, listen. Okay? Because a lot of the stuff that we've got in our, how we live our lives has come from us listening to people, school teachers, our parents, peers, possibly politicians, lecturers. People have got knowledge. We've listened to them and we've taken it on board. We've applied it to our life, and of course our life has ideally improved from what we've learned from the person who was talking to. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run through this again. So number 1, pay attention. 2, withhold your judgment. 3, reflect and validate. 4, have clarity and ask open-ended probing questions. 5, summarize what the person says. And number 6, share and offer your perspective once the person's finished talking. If you've got any ideas on how you conduct yourself when you're listening to people, share these comments with me. Let us know what you think and how you do your stuff, because other people will learn. And if not, stick around for 2 weeks' time. I'll be back with another interesting talk. Your glass can be half full or half empty, depending on how you look at it. And remember, you can always top it back up no matter where you are in life. So for the next 2 weeks, try to stay positive. Take care of yourself. Bye for now.